Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Formula 99. It's got a nice ring to it. 99 episodes of having you guys come and watch me yippity yap and have wonderful guests like tonight. We've got Danny Garcia. And welcome, Danny. Welcome to the Formula.
Well, if it unmutes. All right. Hey, Jason.
There
Thanks.
we go. All right. All right. People are still coming in, so we're going to just, we'll wrap a little bit. Can we get a sound check for all of our friends out there? How are we sounding tonight, everybody out there? Good. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Well, there's a huge storm heading towards northern Michigan. In fact, I got like a text on my phone today that from Charter Spectrum that said, please be advised, you will probably lose internet. So fortunately, it is not starting for a little bit longer. But yeah, I may be home with my son tomorrow, or maybe my wife will be. But they have low tolerance up here. It's really gone downhill. All the schools, just if it gets a little sprinkle, they cancel. So everybody, thank you so much. We got a great lineup tonight. We've been wanting to do a show on Zillow 3D home tours and their floor plans for a while. And I think this is a perfect time to do it. And it gives you guys all the opportunity to add this to your menu because it's such a huge, huge offering. It's easy to do. We're going to show some really cool stuff tonight. First, while I've got everybody's attention, we've got a bunch of people still coming in. So I'm going to go ahead, you guys. As you know, we launched our Edge Marketing Center, and it's officially out of beta. If those of you that came to the last show got to watch me fumble around, and I should have cleared my cache, but hey, I was afraid it was going to kill the connection, and it's all good. So I'm going to show you guys a couple things, those of you that have not played with this, because it is really, really cool, and it's exciting, and it's super easy. Danny, have you played around with the Edge marketing a little bit?
A little bit.
It's pretty sweet. So you can turn it on for your customers. It's available off their delivery site. So if you go into links and deliverables, boom, you know, they've got your delivery token here. You can just flip on Edge marketing and your clients can actually access it. If you don't want them to access the Edge Marketing Center, you can turn it off. So it obviously leaves it available for you to charge. You can access the Edge Marketing Center right off of your main navigation. You can go right down to, I've got a new page that's going live tomorrow, you guys. It's called your all page. But these things are so easy to create, and they're fun. They're really a piece of cake to make. I can't even stress it enough. And they look really good. You can click on your block here, and you can click new, on, market, exclamation point. If you want to hide something, you can click the little hide block. You can double click and kind of move photos around. You can change photos over here, change the images, and you can kind of set your radius. Oh, this is really cool, you guys. You can even do like panoramas now. Let me show you this. Let me do this photo here. And I'll change the main one to a panorama. I did it the other day and it looked really sweet. Select image. This is going to be, I think, the back of the house here. Hold on here. Change image. Did not do it here. We'll do this one. We'll do that one with the hot tub. There we go. And then you can kind of reposition it. So kind of cool stuff. But anyway, I encourage you guys to use this. We've got more updates coming. We're going to be releasing. In total, I think there's 32 layouts. Right now, there's 6 that are done. And there's a lot of cool stuff you can do. Like you can kind of like round the corners, and you can, they're really good for posting to social media. I've just fallen in love with it at Blue Lava, and I know Jim Blue has been using them quite a bit. Pretty cool stuff. Again, I like the corner rounding, and I think it'd be cool if they had an apply to all button. I told them that today, like, so I don't have to drag this, you know, apply to all. I want 26, apply to all. But yeah, and it auto saves as you go. So once it kind of shows you in the bottom, then you can just hit your compile button and and it's good to post on social media. So what we've been doing at Blue Lava as an introduction is we've been telling agents about it, asking them if they want it turned on, letting them know that it is a paid service that comes with our exposure engine. All of you are going to kind of work that a little bit differently, but some of you are going to include it. Danny, I know that you're kind of the all-in-one service. You're including it.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, that's cool. And I totally, here it is right here. It's pretty sweet. So you guys can kind of see the panorama kind of makes it look a little strange on the bottom, but it's pretty sweet. And it's easy to flip over to your agent, and it actually connects it right to the delivery page. So when they click on the delivery page, if the marketing is turned on, if the flyers are turned on, save. So if you create the flyer, you've got to turn the flyers on, and then the agent can go to their delivery page, hit their marketing tab, and they can grab their flyer right there. It is. So pretty neat stuff, you guys. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to see how some of you monetize it. I'm excited to see how many of you include it and what your clients think. So if you need any help with the Edge Marketing Center, feel free to reach out to Dylan and set up maybe a 10 or 15 minute quick little tutorial with him. We do have a white labeled training video that's coming your way that you'll be able to use to teach your clients how to use it. I'm also updating the delivery site white label training video and the client portal white label training video. So there's 3 training videos that I hope to have for you in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm working personally with Dylan on those. And just a lot of great stuff happening right now. Eric is working really diligently on the calendar integration piece, and you guys should probably expect to see some visuals on that by next Tuesday is his guess. So let's get started. Let's talk Zillow. That's what you guys came here for. So at Blue Lava, I'll start by saying at Blue Lava, we charge, you can visit our website. We start at $2,000 and it's a $75 add-on and it goes up to $180. None of these take more than probably 30, 40 minutes to make. 40 is a stretch, I guess, wouldn't you say, Danny?
Oh, yeah.
15 to 25, 30 minutes at the most. If it's like a 5,000 square foot house, I know that sometimes it can take Sean longer. But I'm going to pass the controls over to you. You've put together a beautiful deck on this. Anybody that wants to see Blue Lava pricing, the big thing we want to focus on tonight is that now the Zillow 3D Home Tour is actually coming with a floor plan. And for those of you that have seen what we do at Blue Lava Media, the floor plans are really big over there. We actually make them transparent. So we put a really cool like transparent over them. Here's a RTV property website. And then I'm just going to go right down to you can embed your Zillow 3D Home Tour right into your RTV property site. But I'm going to show you guys here. Let me get inside the house. There, that's a great example. You can see the transparent floor plan. So when we get the floor plan back, we pull them in, Jim Blue pulls them into Photoshop, makes them transparent. I'm currently working on a deal right now with Adam over at Second Floor. That's a new floor plan technology. And we're working through an API that actually just, you guys could use the service and it would pull it right into your existing project, already transparent. So give me some time on that. I've got a lot of development stuff in front of that. But he and I talked when I was in Nashville, and it's going to be a no-brainer to do an integration. He isn't working with anybody else right now. So pretty cool stuff, you guys. If you're not doing these interactive floor plans, hopefully tonight's show can get you started with not only the Zillow 3D, but also the interactive floor plan. Because it's important for you to know at Blue Lava, we actually charge for both. So we charge for the Zillow, but then we're also charging to put those dots on. So I don't know if that's something you're also doing, Danny, because they can get the Zillow 3D, but we're actually charging to put the transparent floor plan in there and put the dots on it. So a lot of cool stuff tonight. Let's turn it over. All right, I'm gonna make you the presenter.
Hey, that means I get power here? Wow.
You have all the power.
All right.
You have all the power.
All right, should have my screen up and running here. All right,
Looks
cool.
good.
Awesome. All right, so really quick, my name is Danny Garcia. I run a company here in the Atlanta area. This is a little bit about me. 20 years in law enforcement from 92 to 2012 down in South Florida. I left there doing digital forensics, and when I started doing that back in 2008, I started teaching all over the world. I started doing photography. So I've been doing photography, specifically HDR photography, and doing a lot of landscape and buildings and stuff like that everywhere I traveled, going back to 2008. Been doing drone since 2013, and of course I've tried a little bit of that stock footage stuff that you upload and get a few pennies for, but those have actually led to paid gigs here and there. I started this business after my corporate job said we're going to get rid of your position, which I actually did a lot of this type of thing, online training. I did training professionally going back to 2008, and even before that I was a police instructor going back to 94. But anyhow, in my first year of business, I did about 400 listings, and that is pretty good, is what I hear for a first year. I am a member of the Professional Photographers of America, and I also earned the Certified Drone Photographer title or accreditation from them. And that's a little bit different than just getting your Part 107. For those of you that have that, that's great, but this actually gives you a certification as being a photographer that knows how to use photography concepts with a drone. I offer one-stop shop for everything. So anything from a Zillow 3D, like we're going to talk about today, to Matterport, to drone services, virtual staging, floor plans, headshots, whatever. In fact, we're here in my studio. I do all of that. So the very first question, just going to run right into it. Is doing Zillow 3D tours worth it? And that is a question that I get from agents all the time. So let's first look at the numbers that they put out from Zillow. If you look at their numbers, you're going to see that whether you like them or you hate them, they're the #1 site that people go to for real estate.
They've got the eyeballs.
What's that?
They've got the eyeballs.
Yeah, exactly. They are the people that everybody goes to when they're looking for a home, looking for a place to live, looking for a place to rent. They're going to Zillow. In fact, I'm renting a house right now, and my landlord is actually doing everything through Zillow, so my rent gets paid and all that good stuff right through there. But anyhow, that's where everybody's going. So is it worth it? Yeah, because that's where everybody is spending their time. And if you look, it says Zillow is 3 times our nearest competitor. So think about those numbers in and of itself. But I'm also going to share with you something that, all these stats, by the way, all this, this is what Zillow puts out. In addition to that, I'm going to tell you what agents should know on the next slide here. What buyers and sellers are saying is that 56% of the buyers are wasting their time when they're going to a listing that doesn't have a floor plan. 74% says that a floor plan helps them determine if a home is right for them. Notice there's a lot of floor plan stuff, and this comes from not only Zillow, but also the National Association of Realtors has put out a very similar report that says you've got to have a floor plan if you're going to be doing this stuff. And
now, Danny,
they said it too.
Yeah. Now, Danny, am I correct that today there was national news that the Atlanta MLS just did a partnership with Kubicasa so that they want every listing to have a floor plan? That was announced this morning.
I have not seen that because I was out on a few shoots today.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I read that. I saw that go by. Those of you that are on here, our Canadian friends, already know that you have to have a floor plan with every single listing. That changed everything, and that started a couple years ago. So yeah, floor plans have become huge.
Yeah, and recently actually Kubicasa had made an announcement that they were going to be doing stuff with realtor associations, so that might be part of it, and Atlanta might be the.
It's got to be what it is. Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
And then for you talking to agents, this is really important information from Zillow, again, that you can use when you're trying to sell them on getting this add-on. 71% of sellers, listen to that number again, 71% of sellers are more likely to hire an agent that includes virtual tours and interactive floor plans. And then 75% of sellers says that is a highly important characteristic for their listing. So before we go even further into what you should know, what you should know to tell an agent as well, these two numbers, I would make a huge note of them, because that, our job, yes, is to produce amazing photos, but our job is actually to make your client or our clients look great so that they could get another listing and they can come back to you. Yeah, I heard recently in a talk, you heard this whole story, and you maybe some of you have it on your website that great photography sells homes faster. Yeah, well, if that were the case, then I could be an agent because I had 400 plus, listings that I shot this year, and I would have sold them. But the truth is that the agents sell it. What we need to really relay to our clients is that we produce those photos so that they can use them and get more listings. When you give professional photos to your clients, Mr. Agent, Miss Agent, you're going to be able to show that you are a professional as well. So keep that in mind next time you talk to someone. Now, this is what agents need to know. 68% more views on Zillow if they have a 3D tour and a floor plan. They're also getting this premium placement. Now, I don't know if you have had any kind of feedback like this, but I just shot this huge house, probably the fifth or sixth one that I shoot for this one agent that does luxury listings here in the Atlanta market. And she came back to me because she says, I don't know what you're doing, but I get more eyeballs every time you shoot my properties than any other photographer I've used. So you're it. I include a Zillow listing, a Zillow 3D tour and floor plan for her on every shoot because she's doing luxury.
And
I'm
in
already.
the
Go ahead.
statistics that she's reading are her Zillow stats, or the statistics are coming through the RTV stats? Where when she's saying eyeballs, where is she getting that data?
I wish I could tell you exactly where it was coming from. It could be
Okay,
from the traffic report. It really could be, but I just know that she
she's
had a listing
happy.
with me with my photos, and then she had a listing with another photographer that she did through her brokerage, and it did not get the traction. So
Okay,
is this the difference? Maybe, but the point is that
yeah.
they are looking at this stuff a lot.
Well, they give it some kind of a boost, right? And then so like Zillow gives it a boost so that it actually comes up higher in the when people are searching in that category or price range.
Right. Well, not only that, but if you're a house hunter and you're getting
Mhm.
on Zillow and you're looking at a specific area, they already know where you're looking at. You've got a login. So the second bullet point here is that these listings that come up with a 3D tour and floor plan, and that's the key. It's got to have a floor plan on it. If it doesn't, it's not going to get the push. They're going to email those home shoppers and say, listen, we just saw a brand new home in your area, in your zip code, or whatever you have set up that we think might match. And they're going to put that little 3D tour people, whoever uses it, they're
Right.
going to get that push in the emails. That's Zillow doing it. So when I talk to my agents, I tell them, listen, you're not only getting the Zillow 3D tour, but you're getting an email push from Zillow themselves because they know who is shopping in that area. And that's really easy for them to comprehend. I sell more just telling them that. I tell them it's the best bang for your buck on any add-on. Yes, I can do, 5, 6 times the amount on a Matterport, but Zillow 3D Tour, again, love them or hate them, it's worth it. It's worth your time. And like Jason alluded to, it doesn't take a lot of time. I did a 5,000 square foot house or 5,900 square foot house the other day, and it took me about 40 minutes on the top end.
Dang.
It was the last thing I did. Sun was going down and I was like, well, I got to get this done. And it was done. The other thing is that on Zillow and Trulia, because they are partner sites, you will see a little 3D badge on the map when you go search for them. So those are things that you need to know to tell your agents. You as a photographer should know that this is a really easy way to make some excellent add-on money.
It is.
The camera on the tripod, which I've got one here, and we'll talk about it here in a couple screens here. The camera on the tripod is not a huge investment. You could get started on the cheapest 3D camera and you could do fine. In fact, I have one that I purchased for a photographer that shoots for me, and I gave him that one. It was a $300 and some odd one, which when we get to that screen, I'll show you which one. And it shoots really, really close to the quality of this one that's behind me that was $1,000. So the 3D camera, the tripod, the app is free. All it really costs you is your time to capture. I would say on average, 20 to 25 minutes tops, I'm in and out, and I charge $85. And that's my low end. That's all the way up to 4,000 square feet. And then I go up from there, I think $15 or $25 increments. It's not going to take a lot of time. The extra time that's going to take you is about 10 minutes to edit and then publish your actual 3D tour. Floor plans I'll come to when we talk about floor plans, because I actually have some instructions. This is not just going to be theory. I'm going to actually show you step by step what to do when you get the app and how to do it. So it may be worth, and this is, if you're not familiar with marketing, you're not familiar with putting stuff out there to get more business, this might be worth, those 20 minutes might be worth your time to give this away, just to prove your point to those realtors that just don't want to spend a lot of money, and say, listen, I'm going to do it for you this time. It's called a loss leader, meaning you're going to eat the cost, right? I'm going to do it for you this time, but I think you're going to get a lot of traction from it, just from adding this one little service, which would have been $80.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I will say that that is one of the tactics that we've used at Blue Lava to kind of sprinkle them around. When we first started doing it, we bought 2 Z1s, one for Sean, one for Caleb. I put it on Sean to learn how to do it. And that was the first thing we did, is we started giving some out to our best customers. Hey, we're going to do one for you for free on this listing. See what you think. Tell us what you think. And they love that it's right there in the property website. And it's just, again, all that media on one page is sweet.
Yeah, and by the way, there is an acronym up there. It says YMMV. That's your mileage may vary. So it depends on your market, right? So either your market may vary, or your mileage may vary on these charges that you can do in your particular area.
Right.
So what equipment do you need to have? First and foremost, easy one, get the Zillow 3D Home app down on your phone. It is different than the one that you go and look at houses on. This is very specifically for the 3D capturing. I would say that you are probably going to want to have an account that is different than the one that you use on Zillow. I have one totally separate than the one that I use to look at houses. Why? Because again, you're going to get emails and all that stuff, but if you have other photographers shooting for you, and this is what I do, I also shoot for another company here in the Atlanta area, we share those credentials with those folks that shoot for us. I could send them out, give them a camera. I'm charging $85. I pay him or her 35, 40 bucks. They're in and out in 20 minutes. They're making 40 bucks in 20 minutes. I'm still making 40 for nothing, right? So if you use that same login, they use that login, it goes right into your account, and you always get credit for it. And guess whose name pops up every time that Zillow tour comes up on Zillow? Yours. So just keep that in mind to have that. So the other thing is, there is a 3D dashboard on your computer. Instead of doing all the editing on your phone, I highly recommend, when you get back to your office, your house, go online, go into the 3D dashboard and do all your editing there. It's super easy on there as opposed to doing it on a small screen. The QR codes that you see there, one is for the Android app, the other one is for the Apple app. So you can download it, you can grab those. If you want to do a screen grab, go for it. Jason, you want to add something?
Yeah, let's let everybody get a chance to grab those. I showed the app. We have a few questions. Does the photographer need to edit the 3D tour? And I think the answer is sometimes, a little bit, right?
Yeah, so yes, it's maybe some of you are used to Matterport, which automatically links everything. Zillow is not there yet. So I just did one today. I had to go in there and actually edit. This is the hallway, and the hallway goes to the living room, and the living room goes to the dining room, and the dining room goes to the kitchen. So you have to add those little arrows, or you may have to fix them. They're getting a little bit better, but it's not perfect by any means. So you will have to go in there and edit those little arrows of connections. As far as the photo quality, no editing whatsoever. The Z1 is what I have, and it's awesome. It just shoots HDR, processes everything, uploads, you're done. So I've never had to edit any kind of photos. In fact, you can't edit any photos whatsoever. And we're gonna get to some of the pitfalls here as well. So,
okay. Thanks. That was from Joyce. Yeah, that was from Joyce Thompson. She wants to know if the photographer has to do anything in the field or if it can be done later, really, is really what she's driving at, because she's got 8 photographers in Detroit.
Yeah, no problem. So if they shoot, you could actually shoot offline and then upload later. And when I say that, there is a setting that says upload via Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi and cellular. I will tell you personal experience, I upload from the field. They don't have to edit everything right there and then. They don't have to do all the arrows right there and then. You can do them later on the computer, and actually that's the way that I do it. I prefer it that way. It gets me to the next shoot. So hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go on to the cameras. Again, QR codes for each individual one. I put the prices there. These are Amazon links, so you will get the price that was there the day that I created this just a couple days ago. That's what you're going to get. The very first one that you see there is the one I've got here behind me. It is the Z1. It's the best one out there for this. I mean, you can go out and find a bunch of reviews on YouTube about which 360 camera from Ricoh is the best one. That is the best one. I have not had a problem whatsoever with it. I will say this, the tripod you get, please put something on the legs. This is a true story. This is actually a replacement. So if this falls over and you get a scratch on that lens, you will have that mark on those pictures forever.
That's done.
I had to get this one replaced. So that's another $1,000 out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Or you get that, you know, insurance coverage. And the camera, or I'm sorry, the lens by itself is $800 and some odd to replace. So
yeah.
Now you know. The next step down, the Theta V or 5, I don't know which way they use this, but that is a great camera. But let me tell you this, the SC2, which is the cheapest one on here, you just want to get started with this stuff, get the SC2. Just get it. It's $300. You're going to make that up, what, 4 shoots? That is what I got for James to go out and shoot, and they're great. They're absolutely great. I cannot really tell the difference between that and the Z1 shooting the Zillow 3D tours. But if you're like me, you're a pixel pusher, you're gonna get that Z1 probably. But you could start out with that SC2 with no issue whatsoever. In fact, if you want, I'll tell you, Black Friday of this past year, I picked that up for $330, and it included the Theta or 3D or 360 tour stuff that they have as well. So for like $50 more, I ended up getting this whole thing, including the tripod. So,
and I want to circle back real quick. One of the things that Danny said, you guys, on having supports on the bottom, a lot of these VR tripods are real small, just a real small base. And our Sean, because with Zillow 3D, you can start out at the dock and work your way into the house. And at Blue Lava one time, he set it up at the dock and he got out on the boat hoist and he was hiding, and he went to fire the camera and he looked and the wind picked up and it went over. So you got to have some weights, some sandbags or something in the bottom because they're real tippy. So anyway, it's an expensive mistake.
Yeah, it is. I did it myself. So now you'll notice that I skipped over 2 bullets up here, iPhone and Android. You want to try it, download the 3D app, try it at home. Good luck. That's all I got to say. I did one. I'm telling you, I did one with my iPhone, followed the instructions exactly, and it was the most horrible 3D tour I've ever seen. So it's just all wonky. It doesn't line up. It doesn't stitch right. Just try it, but I would not do that for a client. I would not charge them for sure because it was just horrible. So anyway, that's the those are the cameras that are out there. Those are the ones that are supported and suggested. Next.
A lot of questions on that. A lot of people were asking, you know, can other these Insta360s? So those are the only ones.
Yeah, these are the only 3 that are supported in the app. That's it. The tripod. This is the one that you are seeing on the screen there. I love this little thing, believe it or not, because it is so light and easy. I mean, this is it. This is the whole thing. Now, I do have a little extra room on the bottom of my camera. I added this little guy here, only because of the design, poor design here. If you needed to hook up a battery to this because you're running low on battery, you've got to have some kind of space between the camera and your tripod base. So
on that note, Jerry Miller says that he uses monopods with battery in line. So I don't know anything about that, but there's apparently inline battery that keep them going. Great idea, Jerry.
So this guy here, very nice wide base. I mean, I could tell you it's probably about probably about 20 some inches right here. Very wide base, and this is as easy as it gets to open this up. You just simply twist, lift, and tighten it up. You're done. And that goes up to about 5 feet and change. Yeah, I have mine marked, and we're going to talk about that in a second, to bring that lens to exactly 5 feet, and you'll see why here in a second. Very important.
Thank you. This is great.
And by the way, I can't see the questions, so please.
Yeah, I'm trying to field them. I've got a few that we're behind on, but we'll get to them.
Okay. Now, this is about capturing the home. This is specifically and exclusively using a 360 camera. It's not using an iPhone and not using an Android because they suck. So I'll just say it right up front. Considerations before you set up. First and foremost, charge that camera. If you get down to about 20% battery, you're going to be done. The app will not let you continue. It will stop. So carry around that external battery pack. Make sure that you leave that little space like I showed you there. And then make sure that your camera firmware is updated. That is the QR code for the Theta firmware. That is also, or I also suggest getting the Theta app as well. If you want to use that camera for anything else, for example, you can get a, oh my goodness, I forget what this one app is that I have on there, and I'm not going to look through the little tiny menu right now, but it's a dual fisheye plugin. You could do some really cool stuff, not real estate related, or you could actually do that with some other type of tours that you may be doing. So definitely get the Theta app and also get the firmware updated. Check for app updates. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's a good idea. And Alan Fon says that bat weights work really well too. That's another good idea. That slide down. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, with my photo equipment, I got bags, so I just take bags, fill them up with water. And that's it. But anyhow, going back to apps, the other app that you need to update is what? The Zillow 3D app. Make sure that's updated. Here is the tripod height. So this has to be at 5 feet every single time for the floor plan to work properly. So consider marking your tripod, whichever one you use. If you use this one, great. If you don't, you don't. Get that, mark it, and that way it's always 5 feet off the floor. And then you're never going to change that again as you're shooting that particular tour. And we're going to go into that next. Next, wow, 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, right? Or you're going to get one of these, which looks like a mouse pad. In fact, it is a mouse pad that has one of these little targets on it. That is to calibrate the camera, and it is the very first shot that you're going to take in order for the measurements to work on Zillow. And we're going to talk about that more later. I'll show you how I set it up and how it's so easy. It takes 2 seconds, really. And like Jason said, he charges more for floor plans. I don't. I say, you want a Zillow 3D tour, you're getting a Zillow 3D tour with a floor plan, and done. So that's that.
Do you do the interactive dots on the RTV?
Oh, no,
the whole deal? Okay.
Go that far.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, Zillow does that. So I'll show you a live example here. Here are the 4 things. How easy is it? The app is going to guide you. You're going to use your 360 camera. You could edit it on your phone if you want, but I do it on the computer, and then you share your link. Your link could be shared privately, or you could share it publicly. They have MLS-friendly links. They have branded links. So either way, however you want, it's all there. When I say the app guides you through it, first and foremost, you've got to be logged into your account. You've got to have that Wi-Fi connection. If you see that little red broken link up there, that means that your camera is not connected to the app. And I will say, at least for iPhone users, I go to my settings, Wi-Fi, turn on the camera, turn on the Wi-Fi on the camera. It has a separate little button, and hook it up through your settings, then open the app. It's the best way to do this, because if you just hit the connect thing through the app, you'll waste time. It really sucks. So go through your settings on your phone, hook it up to the camera, and then go open the app. You'll be fine. You'll notice it has register and sign in. You've got to be signed into your account, otherwise you're not going to be able to capture. The other thing is you've got to be hooked up to the actual camera. Now, once you are in, you've got two choices: floor plan and virtual tour, or virtual tour only. You don't have paper and you don't have one of these things, you're only going to be able to do a virtual tour. That is not going to have a floor plan, period. Notice also it says, actually, you know, they have an Android app, but they don't mention Android in here, which is a clue. I think everybody should switch to iPhone. No, that was for you, Jason. So the floor plan and virtual tour, notice it has Theta, SC2, V, Z1, and the X is also on there. Look at that. That's actually a newer screenshot that includes another one. So there is a fourth camera that's supported.
Somebody had asked that. Yeah, somebody had asked that.
Yeah, there you go. So there's those are fresh screenshots I did, I think, yesterday. Anyhow, if you're doing the floor plan, first choice up top. If you don't want one, second one. I don't know why you wouldn't, because again, it's value added to your client. This is where we talk about the floor marker placement. This guy right here has to be within 1.5 to 3 feet in front of the lens. Now, this is really important, and I was trying to get a picture to just add it in here, but I'll just do this live. If your camera, and you'll see the little lens there is kind of popping out towards my left, maybe it's your right. This guy here has to be on the floor 1.5 to 3 feet from that lens, and that lens has to be pointing towards it. If it's off to the side, if it's something like this, you probably are not going to get a floor plan that's accurate. So make sure that that lens is pointing towards it. That's one of the biggest errors that is reported by Zillow on floor plan issues. If you don't have that marker, 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, has no wrinkles, no creases, put that down. It's supposed to work the same.
And it doesn't matter which way it's facing. Doesn't matter. It can go any which way, but just from the lens, 1.5 to 3 feet, anywhere in there, straight in front of it.
Yep, that's the thing.
And you don't have to put it in front of each photo. You just put it in front of the first one and go, or
once. Yeah, I'm gonna show you this on the next slide there. And these guys here, you know, they cost a lot of money. They're free. So once you go through their online training, it's going to talk about a bunch of this stuff. You probably could just click through it and then go and do it. They will send you these for free. It's just a Google form that you fill out and they'll send them to you. I think I've gone through 5 or 6. You always end up losing them. So
yeah, they sent us like 5 at Blue Lava, a yellow packet. They gave them away. Yep.
Yep. They just sent them over. So this is me. These are my pictures. I actually did this yesterday or the day before. I forget when. But most photographers will do this very first thing. They set up the camera right in front of the front door, put down their marker, and in the app, it's going to say floor plan marker, photo or something to that effect. Click it, takes it, get the floor pad, pick up the little pad, move back and hide, hit it again. You are now in your first picture of your tour. It is that quick and easy. That is the only thing that is required for a floor plan to be created. That's it. So if you want to make that extra money, I mean, you can charge for a floor plan too.
We've got a lot of people asking. There's got to be 10 people here asking, where do you get the markers?
Well, there you
so
go.
Do we have a link? Do we have a link that we can share? I have a link somewhere in my email with my Zillow contact that I might be able to share.
Well, if I go to my notes on this afterwards, I will see if I've got it on this. I might have it in the notes of this slide. No, actually, I don't have it in the notes, but I can get it. It's literally a Google form that you fill out. You don't even need to talk to anybody. Just fill it out, send it in, and it'll be on the mail, and they send it priority mail, I think.
Yeah, I'll look for it while you're talking here. See if I can't dig mine up.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely have it in my email. So after this is all done, we could definitely find it.
Okay.
So this is it. First 2 shots, marker, and then take it out, click for your first area. This is going to be your foyer. Boom, move on. Now, after you take each picture, by the way, you're going to be asked for the name of the room. So this shot here is foyer. A lot of people use this as front door, not me. I do the front door outside the front door. What, outside? You could do outside shots? Yes, you can. I typically will include a front door, front yard, a backyard, maybe if they have a sunroom that's attached or something like that, maybe 4 shots. If it's a nice side yard, I might put the side yard in, but that's it. Outside, you're not spending a lot of time, and you got to go and run behind a bush or go back inside the house, and every time you're going to take it. So I don't spend a lot of time with the outdoor shots, but I do always get at least the front door and the front yard. So just keep that in mind. And you can do those all the way at the end. I usually shoot the inside first and then go out. Capturing the home. This is the same place. You'll see that the front door is there. You see that the living room is over there. It's line of sight, right? So if you've got a room that's line of sight, that is how they want you to capture it. Capture the hallways, capture doorways that connect spaces. But if you've got a line of sight, you could literally go from foyer to living room. And I usually look for the ceiling fan or the light, put it right underneath the light. It's right in the center of the room, and you're good to go. Now, larger rooms, you've got to get at least 2 or 3 shots sometimes, because if not, those connections are going to be a lot harder to keep track of. You may be off a little bit for one of the doorways. You want to try to make sure that you always see the doorway and what's on the other side. Think about your photography, think about how you're taking shots today. With your regular DSLR, you've got to see those other rooms, right, to make those connections. Well, same thing here. Make those connections with this and you'll be all right. Go to the center of each room. Can you see all the corners of each room? Can that camera see every corner of each room? I also want to add, you've got to see that connecting room, right? Now they ask to capture all closets. And some of these closets that we open, I know, are a mess. I just did one today. It's okay, because what I would do, let's say that front door was actually a closet. I don't have an actual picture of it, but let's say that front door was a closet. I would take a picture like this, that's going in the tour. I would open the closet, move my tripod in towards the door, leave the door open, hide, click, and capture that closet. It asks you for the name of the room, hit closet, and then there's a little eyeball. Hide it. Why? Because that creates the accurate floor plan. If you're used to Matterport users, you know that you can hide those, specific pictures that you don't want to show up on the tour. Same thing here. And there's, iMoviewer, all these other ones that are out there, they do the same thing. Open the doors, allow that view into the next room or the closet to make sure that you can see it and you can make that connection. And they also want you to capture the garages, porches, decks, and patios. Again, why? Square footage, et cetera, et cetera. What does that, any questions, by the way, before I keep going?
There's millions of questions. There's more than I can answer. I'm trying to right now get everybody the link here.
Well, I hope we're going to answer the questions here in the next few slides, because I think I got a lot of stuff in here. So why garages, porches, and patios, et cetera? Just take one shot. It takes 20 seconds to do this. I mean, literally, you walk in, set the tripod up, come back, hide, hit the button, it goes bleep, bleep, you go get it, and you're done. If you're in a garage and there's cars in there, make sure you go on both sides of the cars whenever possible. That's what they want you to do. And these are all recommendations from Zillow. This is not just me. This is actually recommendations from Zillow, that they want to be able to get all those measurements. If you leave something out, they can't do it, right? So, you'll see here that there is a sample floor plan. This is from Zillow, directly from them. Just download it, and there it is. There's an enclosed deck. There's your front patio. There's the garage. You see all the closets. If a closet was closed, they're assuming the measurements, and they're not going to put them on there. So here you see that there is a closet that they don't have measurements. They're not going to put anything on there. Okay, so you've got to open those doors and shoot. Now, and this is what Jason was showing earlier, that there is a little dot and it shows, what direction you're looking at on the RTV system, and it's transparent. Zillow's is not transparent. So if you want to, again, show the difference between what you are producing using RTV and what Zillow does, This is the biggest difference. You cannot really see underneath that picture. You got to click, or it's taking up half the screen because it'll be off to the right or the left, and you got to go and, you know, kind of go in there. Now, when your floor plan is ready, oh, very important, your tour is going to be ready usually within about an hour after upload. At least that's what I've experienced. The tour. The floor plan, however, I shot one on Saturday and I just got the floor plan today. So they have to be running behind now on these processing. And in addition to that, I shot another property for another company on Friday, and they were saying that they didn't get it until Sunday. So it looks like it's about a 48-hour turnaround right now, which is really odd. I've always gotten them really quick.
Well, there's human element involved, and I know that. So
Yeah. So the next thing is really, let's just go see one online just so you guys can see what this looks like real quick. And I know that Jason, you've got some queued up. This is one that I did, and sorry for the side of my face here, but I'm over on my right side here. This one is now pending and all that good stuff. When you go to the Zillow listing for it, you'll see the 3D is right up at the top, right? And right underneath that is the floor plan. So if I were to click on the floor plan, it's going to pop up, and you see what we mean about non-transparent stuff, right? So if I wanted to see the living room, I have to click, and then it puts that floor plan to the right, and here are all those arrows and all that good stuff. So you can move around. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on here, but you can see what I mean.
Couple of questions that we can knock off right now. There's nothing you guys can do about the blown out windows because they don't allow bracketing. So that is what it is for right now. It is what it is. You're going to get blown out windows. There's nothing you can do about it. If you want to give your client a higher end 360, take your Sigma 8 or bracket your Ricoh Z1 and then throw it in the RTV system for playback for a beautiful or better looking pano. But that knocks off a bunch of questions here that people were asking.
And this, by the way, you see this picture here, it's a total mess.
Oh my God.
Well,
yeah, that is a mess.
That could be hidden, right? That could be hidden. It will still show the floor plan, but that dot would be gone and it would be gone, right? The only other thing I want to say on the blown out windows, I have had a little success. If you do extra shots, remember, I'm trying to get in and out of there. I'm not making a killing on these things, but kind of. I'm shooting from the middle of this room, right? So those blown out windows are going to be blown out. But if I shot another one by the window, this camera does pretty well. I will just add, I do want to add that.
That's the Z1, right? You're talking about.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yep. So I know, Jason, you wanted to show a couple of other examples. Did you want to do that now?
Sure. Yeah, I can. Yeah, we've got a little bit of.
Or I can
time left.
I've got literally what?
Show your slides. Show your slides, and then I'll show people how to add it into your RTV project. That's better.
Okay, yeah, because I've only got like 3 or 4 slides left. So
all right.
Turnaround time, I actually talked about this already. Sometimes you will get them really, really quick, but I would say same day is what I tell folks. I'm going to get you that tour on Zillow in the same day. Floor plans usually ready within 1 business day. I'm telling you right now, they're running to 2 now. Floor plans are unbranded JPEG files, and those are going to be downloaded. And then you could go and do whatever you want to do as far as getting them transparent and all that stuff. I wish they were PNGs to make life easier, but they're JPEGs. And that you will get from your Zillow 3D dashboard. You'll also get them in an email. So as soon as they're ready, boom, you'll get an email. In the Zillow 3D dashboard, you're going to be able to control your account settings. That's your profile and so on. You edit arrows, make connection between rooms, edit the room names. You don't know how easy it is to click bathroom instead of bedroom, and then you're not going to realize it because you're in a hurry to get in and out and get to the next shoot. Always do it on the computer and verify everything before you hit that publish button, guys. It makes a huge difference. This is the URL. In fact, let me see if I can just grab that real quick.
I gave everybody where to order the floor plans, and I also posted a link. Like if you Google, they have a whole tutorial online.
Actually, okay, so actually this is the one I just did on Saturday. She's still using it as a private link right here. This one, it's not even live yet on the market, but this is a huge freaking house. And edit. So here's that edit window right here. You see it's got view at the top left, and then it's got edit. That
Oh
is
yeah.
different. So let's say that the game room, I don't want it to be pointing to game rooms. I could hit edit arrows, click on this arrow, and I could either delete it over here, or I could just simply move around and hit save. And now that will then be there. So I could go up the stairs, click on going up the stairs, I can go around, go upstairs to the next one, etc. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how easy it is to edit these things. And you can also, let's say I want that to be the default view every time somebody comes to this room. Right here, there's a default view. Hit yes or set, and now it sets it. Let's say you need to rename something. It's no longer a living room, or you put that on the wrong floor. There you go. So it's that easy as far as doing edits. And this is the view. Hey, look, it's me. There's my
Mm-hmm.
credit. Remember, set up your profile right, because when your agents are using this, you will be able to get more traffic to you. With that said, some of you may be using this already, and you do this right here, manage users. If you hit manage users, you can go and add or remove your agent right there, okay? If you do that, their name comes up. Now, she's one of my greatest customers here, so I give her the access. I want her to get more and more traffic. I want her to get more listings. So share links right here, include floor plan, hide Zillow, MLS friendly. All of this is, again, super easy, and off you go. Now, if you're going to embed on RTV, you could do the embed link, or I've found it that you could actually just grab this link and do it, because
Yeah, we detect that it's coming from Zillow, so we build out the embed.
so that's nice and easy there. Last thing I think it is here. Oh, the things that Zillow don't say, but we found out. Failure to upload when you're in the app, and I highly recommend, if you're going to do this, just do your own home. You can keep it private. You don't have to publish it. You're going to see little green dots. Blue means they're captured and on the Zillow app, because this little guy right here, unless you set the camera to keep the panos, is not going to keep anything on it. And it doesn't make sense to keep them on here, because even Zillow can't retrieve it from here later. So even if you keep these on here, I'll say this 15 times, even if you keep the panos on here, it's not going to make any difference for the Zillow app. However, let's say you do keep them on here and you want to build a 3D tour with another system. Hook it up to your computer, you pull out all your panos, build your tour. So up to you. Blue little dot means it's captured. Green means it's actually uploaded. If you forget to capture one room, it often means that you have to repeat everything. I mean this. You hit finish, it uploads, it's published, and you forgot one room.
Oh
You go
gosh.
back, you can't reopen and just add it. At least that's been my experience. It's horrible. So even if the camera has saved the panels, I already covered that one. I will say shoot the bottom and top of all the stairs. When you look at these tours online, there are going to be some that say stairs, and then there's no stair landing, so it doesn't go anywhere. It goes to the wrong place. You shoot this bottom of the stairs, label it as stairs, top of the stairs, label it as stair landing. It's going to give you the best experience in navigation. The other thing, and I just did this 3 weeks ago, make sure you got the right address in there, because Zillow is weird about addresses. It was an apartment and they didn't have it listed. They had it under something else. Make sure you're selecting the right address. If you are offline wherever you're shooting, you could add the address later. So that is a hint. If you have an address phobia, then do it later. Getting help from Zillow 3D. There is their free, oh, I do have the floor plan thing here.
I see that, yeah.
So getting that help from 3D, it's 3dhome@zillowgroup.com. That is their email address. Once you, let's say you shot something and it's not coming out right, or the floor plan is taking 5 days, shoot an email to that email address and they will help you. And they are really quick to get back to you. I gotta say that. And then if you lose your floor plan marker, you already got that from Jason. And I think that's it. But this is all my stuff. I'm all over the place on every social media network out there. Happy to answer any questions. And that's it. So I'll turn it to you, Jason. I know you got some RTV feature stuff you want to show. So,
well, thank you, Danny. That's that was awesome. That was really good. I really appreciate it. Just it's great. It was really great. A lot of questions. So I'm just going to show a couple really little things. Can you see my screen? This is the property website. So a lot of people were asking, like, can this only be seen? This is the Zillow tour here, or the RTV tour. But a lot of people were asking, can you, can this be seen anywhere else? And so the answer really is absolutely. This can be seen if you put it into your RTV tour or property website. It's real easy to do. You would just go into the media manager, and you can see our Zillow 3Ds right here. And all we do is we just click on Add External Media, and you're going to give it a title, so like Zillow 3D. And what you end up with is something that's going to look like this. So we have no duration. So that means that it's not going to skip to the next scene after 15 seconds. If you have a duration set on your external media, it means it's going to play that external media for that amount of time, then it's going to move on. No duration means it just stays there until they click next on the play thumbs down below. But yeah, you just put the link in and hit save, and it's on there. And then it obviously shows up on your property website as a tab. There are ways that you can make the Zillow 3D show up in the hero section all the way up here. You'll have to contact Jake or Dylan for training on how to do that. I prefer to have still photos and video up in the hero section, but you can do that as well. And so yeah, when you click on that Zillow 3D, here it is. It's embedded right in here. And of course, then the floor plan shows up on your property website too. So both of the floors that you've put in to make that interactive floor plan show up on your property site. The reason I say to put these in the property website, obviously you guys have heard me say it many times, is you guys get a lot of clicks. When someone clicks your affiliate here, they go to your website, and you can measure how many clicks you're getting right here in your affiliate section. And if you guys have watched my WOM video, Blue Lava averages between 30 and 40 clicks a month. And obviously we have a lot of productions out there. You're not going to average that right away, but after you get 100 or so productions under your belt, and you're having your agents post these on social media, LinkedIn, and they're posting their productions, of course, on the MLS and everything, you're going to watch that number of clicks go up, and your word of mouth marketing goes boom. So some pretty cool stuff, you guys. Let's answer a few questions, because I know that there are some here. Does Zillow charge for 3D? No, Zillow does not charge for 3D. Adrian, it's great to hear from you. Good to see you're doing well down there. I think northern Houston, I believe. But good to hear from you. No charge for the floor plan. No charge for the tour. Dale Hart, is it in square feet? Yes. Kristen says, big thanks to Danny. Hi, Kristen. Good to hear from you. Do the floor plans give GLA? Do the floor plans give GLA? And
I'll go pull one up right now. Just out of curiosity, just as an add-on, I sent you a link, Jason, if you want to share that with everybody. I can't do it from my side. That is the presentation if they want to go and view it.
Okay. And Jerry Miller wanted everybody to see his project in the RTV system. Thanks, Jerry. It's coming up now. And it looks like Jerry over at Pro Preview is using Fusion Experience. And so I don't have much to go on. Oh, this is going to be an interactive floor plan project. Skipping around, Jerry. Skipping around. What am I looking for, Jerry? All right. I don't know what I'm looking for.
So there is no GLA on here at all. That would have to be Kubicasa, or you could do Matterport for that.
For each shot, similar to Matterport. That's from Adrian as well.
You cut out at the beginning of that.
How far apart for each shot? How far apart?
Line of sight is really what you want to do. So if you can see that next room in the center, go for it.
And I've got someone asking if we have Matterport integration, and then Douglas also asked if we have iGuide and Planix. Yeah, you can integrate anything, you guys. Anything that you can embed or put a link in. You can embed 4K Vimeo, you can embed 4K YouTube, you can embed a Matterport, an iGuide, a Planomatic, you can embed anything. So yeah, we do. We support everything. So yeah, thanks, Douglas. Yes, absolutely. Why does Zillow want the closet and the bathroom separate?
They want the closet. I don't know about the bathroom being separate because you're going to shoot the bathroom anyway, but you want to shoot your closet so that it gets those measurements. If you look at a floor plan and don't shoot into a closet, you're not going to have any measurements like I showed on the slide earlier.
There's still a lot of questions.
Yeah.
What formula do they use for square footage, and is it ANSI compliant? Probably not. I can't imagine that this would be compliant. It's not, can't be that accurate, right?
No. So it's not doing a square footage calculation. It's not doing GLA or anything like that. So it's simply the dimensions of each room.
Okay. Yep. Joyce is asking, what does Blue Lava charge for this? So you guys can visit bluelavamedia.com and see what we're charging. Last year, we averaged our average invoice based on the our average invoices throughout the whole system was $326, which was pretty good, up considerably. The Zillow 3D added a lot of money to our bottom line, as did I think Zillow came in. I think it was our photo packages, drone, Zillow 3D, exposure engine, and then just kind of everything else. So, but I mean, the Zillow 3D was a high ticket, you know, a high add-on. But you've got to sprinkle them around. You've got to give some away to spread it out and create awareness. Does the process help get more views on Zillow than having a Matterport link? That I can't answer. I don't know. Danny, do you know anything about that?
So,
Hi, Ben.
Yeah, so I can tell you that Matterport does have a relationship with Realtor.com and some other sites that if you do a Matterport and you add the address and you do the syndication, it will put it out there through those networks. Through Zillow, it's specifically for Zillow and Trulia.
Yeah, and I'm actually talking with the, so there are some things that we can do at RTV. What they don't want to get that 3D tour approved, what they don't want to see are videos in the tours. They don't want to see still photos in the tours. So I've been talking with them about if you do a tour on RTV, getting it approved for Zillow, but we'd have to like have a special link that strips out all of your other media. So it's kind of low on my priority list, honestly, right now with scheduling and all the other stuff that I want to create for you guys. But it is on the development path. So Joyce is asking if we no longer use Kubicasa. You know, you can. It's free, and so is Zillow. I guess what I would say is if you're going to do a Zillow 3D home tour, you might as well do the floor plan right there. I mean, because it's easy, and you don't have to make a second pass through the house doing, you know, this.
So I'll add one thing on that though. If you want GLA or if you want the square footage calculation, then you're going to do Kubicasa. So it depends on your client.
There you go. Yeah. Agents do not have to pay for premium placement. It just, if you do one, it gets put there. How do you stop getting red dots on the Zillow's tours? How do you stop showing the red dots on the Zillow. I don't know that you can if it has the floor plan, right?
So the red dots.
They don't
Yeah,
want the red. They don't want the red dots.
yeah. I think that's the selected image of the floor plan that you have.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I've got. Does the pattern have to be like the one you're showing? Yes. To Mark Hamilton. Hey, Mark. Good to see you, buddy. Can you bracket your shots later? There's another bracketing. No. Okay. I think that there's a big pile of questions, but is there a way to use 360 photos from a non-RICO and add them manually? No. Tell me if I'm wrong, Danny, but I don't believe so. Thanks, guys. Gotta go. All right. Suggest changing that. Jerry says suggest changing the time on the remote to 0 on your RICO, and then it'll go faster. That's a really good one.
That's actually what I do. A lot of people will have the 2
Mhm.
second or 5 second timer. I just hide and then I hit it.
Another person says, well, can we see these anywhere except for Zillow? Yes. Again, use your RTV property website and tell the agent all of your media is on this page. Post it to Zillow, post it to LinkedIn, get your property website out on as many places as possible, all of the media on one page. And of course, that's going to be more eyeballs to the photographer. So, what's the second story floor plan look like? I think we kind of saw that. My realtors will not wait 48 hours for the floor plan, exclamation point. I love you. I love you.
Then sell them Matterport. Make
All right. Do I need a Matterport if I'm using this? Also, hi. Hey, Joe. How you doing, buddy? No, well, I mean, yeah, again, like, you'd still need a Matterport if you want those super accurate measurements. So,
just Matterport is Matterport, so that's totally different.
Yeah, it's a totally different thing. Yeah. Yep. How do you make the floor plan transparent? You pull it into Photoshop or Adobe Lightroom and you knock out the white. That's it. Export it as a PNG, upload it to RTV. I can link the Zillow tour on the RTV site. Yes, absolutely. Copy, paste, and your Zillow tour shows up. How long is the boost good for?
It's I believe they say 7 days.
Okay. Do realtors have to pay to use Zillow? No. Is Zillow available in Canada? Yes. In fact, I've confirmed that with my contact. So our Canadian friends, absolutely. Where's the 5 feet measured from? On the camera or at the lens? At the lens, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, you guys. That's it. I'm burned out. It's 8:08. I don't want to hold everybody too long. I think
I'm not burned out, man. Come on.
No,
Wait,
I like to keep them. I like to keep them like 1 hour and not make anybody angry.
Let me add one little thing, and maybe I should have added this at the beginning of the presentation. Remember that Zillow 3D is made for agents. Remember, Zillow is really trying to take away our business lately. Be careful.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole different discussion that's going on right now.
A whole different discussion, and you know what? I'm so not worried about that. I'm really not. They've messed up so many things over the years, and they've gotten into stuff and gotten out of stuff, and so many big companies have, right? So many big companies. Stick to your guns. Remember, service with a smile, integrity, service. Just give service, give a class act service, and I think you guys are going to be fine. I'm not worried about showing time in our market. You might lose some of your agents, maybe some of the ones that are just concerned about price, but those are probably the clients that you may not want to have anyway. So
go get yourself some shirts and put some 20-cent booties on, and you're going to win over the business. They're not doing that.
Yeah.
They're
Thanks, everybody.
Come on.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. This has been recorded, and I really appreciate you guys so much. Next webinar will be number 100. I'm going to make a little cake and have some cake and ice cream, maybe 100 educational sales, marketing, how-to shows for you guys. I love what I do so much, and it's because of you guys. Thank you. You guys have helped it make it real for almost 24 years. I love it. Thanks a lot, Danny. I appreciate you. great show, and everybody have a great night. See you guys later. Bye.